Will you forgive and I won't forget what we've seen? Him with laughs. Now in some way shake the excess. And I will wait for you. Dan, RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a good day. Mumford and Sons, I will wait. I don't know. I'm finding so many songs. This is one of my favorite parts of this whole thing that I'm doing is some of the great music that I get to listen to. I listened to that whole song like, I don't know, 4 times. No wonder it takes me so long to record a couple 30-second snippets. It takes me, I find a song I like, and I gotta like listen to it a few times, kind of get the mood, and the vibe, and all that good stuff. Had a viewer leave a comment, and I thought I would do a show that kind of had to do with what she was talking about. And I thought I would try to cover it from the comment itself because it covers a couple key areas. And so I figured I'd break them into each one and sort of spend a couple seconds on those and see, hopefully we can kind of make some sense of it. But again, having to do with letting go. And the concept of letting go, by the way, is confusing to so many people. And I get that. I've done a couple shows on it. I'll do a bunch. I mean, I honestly think it's a great topic. It's one that's worthy of discussion. It's made some of the biggest differences for me. And once you kind of understand and make that relation, it becomes a lot easier to manifest going forward without all the intrepidation, without all the concerns, fear, whatever. It really helps cinch in the knowledge that this does work. I mean, the causation's there. Whether it happens exactly the same way all the time, well, no, I think there's a bit of a variant in there because sometimes things don't manifest exactly like we thought they were, but really super close. I still call that a hit. That's a victory. Anyway, the person says, "Hi, Dan, can I ask you to do a show on a specific topic? I know everyone is different and every situation is different, but how do you decide when to let go of someone? Without getting too specific, so that I could be helpful for others as well. I'm talking about someone I really care about, but I'm beginning to think that I might have to let go in order to protect myself emotionally, and I also think it might be better for them not to have me in their life anymore." This I can speak to specifically. This caused me to let go on probably 3 different occasions. There's some complexities in my relationship, if you will, that caused me to truly have to look at that very closely. And for me, it always really, truly came down to, I love her and her situation so much, and I truly mean this, and all the people involved. Like, I have great love for them. I know we're in the soul level or in the higher self realm. I feel very close to all these people involved. So, on a few occasions, I backed away and I said, just for my love for her, to make her life easier without having to deal with this between you and I, her and I, and for me, because if I can't be in a relationship, like, is that healthy, right? Like, you got to go into that, is this even healthy for me? Am I wanting to be with someone that can't be with me? Is that really my problem? Is that really what this all relates to? And I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, and I get that. I don't think that's the case, and I think there's this level of connection that I have with her that has brought me back every time. But needless to say, every time I walked away, I would get either a text message with the most amazing, loving, kind, like brought tears to my eyes message from her, or oddly a phone call from her, or her showing up at my work, and we hadn't seen each other at that point for 1.5 years. Been 1.5 years since I had seen her, and she comes walking into my work. We texted a few times amongst that time, but I hadn't seen her. It was these different times of frustration, me turning my back and walking away, never once stop loving her. Again, it was never in hatred. It was never in anger. And I know that may be different for a lot of people. If you're doing it in anger, that's fine. Like, if it causes you to walk away, and I've done a show very recently where it breaks that energy with that individual. And that energy is profound. It's powerful. It's felt. So when you turn and walk away, if there is a connection between you because you've been doing this imaginal work, you've got these thought transmissions, you're sending energy, and you've been doing this for a period of time, and all of a sudden you stop, they feel it. I did a show recently. Like I said, I would go into that. I don't want to go too far into that show, but this is felt. So when it gets to that point where you're really wondering, is it just better off to look elsewhere, to not look out, to stop with this? And hopefully that you guys get that from this question, the way someone she really cares about, but I'm beginning to think that I might have to let go in order to protect myself emotionally. And I also think it might be better for them not to have me in their life anymore. Now, we'll step aside from the fact that does indicate that there is potentially, I don't want to say self-love, but that kind of does suggest that. And I don't believe that's so much the case here. And I've been there myself. It was an issue of, loving myself so much that maybe it's time to step away from this. And so that's what this comment is meant. I mean, the way it's stated, like I said, it can sound like maybe something's missing, but it's not. It's that point where you're like, I can't, I love you, but it doesn't seem like this is happening. So at some point, they say fish or cut bait, right? So at some point you got to cut and just put on a new hook and try it again. So she also asks, make sure I can find out where I was, but also might think about it. Have you ever ended friendships? Yes. I have definitely ended friendships with people that I no longer resonated with. That maybe after getting close to, I realized their goals, directions, and what they were after are really not in line or parallel or anywhere near where I'm trying to go with my life. I've had indication or relationships where friends thought certain things were funny and would act in ways that were just very strange, and it's like they thought it was funny because they were hitting you in one of your little special buttons, right? One of the little things that you're really tough on, and then making a joke about it. And it's like, I don't need friends in my life that are looking for sore spots and then trying to rub salt on them just to teach me that there's a sore spot. Yeah, thanks. We can talk about it, but that is not okay. So again, I've had relationships with people, and being a really, really nice guy, by the way, and I don't mean that to hey, I'm a nice guy. It's like, I just am. It sucks sometimes, frankly. But that's why I've been doing customer service forever. I'm just good at it, right? But the whole thing is being a really, really nice guy, you get taken advantage of through life, and you learn how to deal with that. For me, at this point, basically, you get one chance to totally screw me over. If I really like you, I give you two. Yeah, if you screw me over twice, done. You're gone. You're cut. See ya. It is what it is. It's just, life is too short to keep negative energy around you, especially when you're trying to build a better life, a better world, and a better whatever. If you keep negativity around you, you will have a harder time doing it. And as a lot of us have grown and develop and mature, especially spiritually, as we awaken, you will definitely find that you suddenly have a growth spurt in spirituality. Now all of a sudden, you don't find yourself maybe wanting to watch TV anymore, for example. All the sitcoms, I don't know, it's something about the commercials. I'm just not interested in them. They talk about stuff that really doesn't matter. I got a book recently. I started reading that, and I've been really into it, and I've been finding YouTube videos on it, and I've just got other avenues of entertainment. Me and my specific someone, we talk about really cool, deep stuff, every night for an hour instead of watching TV, Whatever the case is, you'll start to notice that you still know people that are like, oh my God, did you see the newest episode of Housewives of the something? What? No. And even when I was watching TV, I didn't watch stuff like that. But again, no offense if you're a Housewives, person. I think it's an awkward show, but I'm a guy, dude. Come on, let me have my man card on this one. I'll go in the other room while you watch Housewives. If something really cool is going to happen, call me in. I'll come watch. But whatever the heck it is, you will find that you start to grow out of certain relationships, And it's definitely happened with even, even people I was close to, relationships like my girlfriends. You know, they're the very, very first love of my life. We totally just, it was a growth thing completely. And some of it was her mom, but it was all good. Have you ever revisited friendships, relationships that you thought were over? I've tried. Let's see, friendships, a couple. Yeah, there's a couple friends from way back when I was younger and in college and all that stuff. And I had moved away, and there was a little bad blood in that move. Like me and my best friend at the time didn't survive that. Some bad stuff happened, and I totally misunderstanding in the big picture, but whatever the case was. And then coming back, and saw a few of the friends of our little core group, and it was awkward. Like, I met him, and it was like, hey, it's cool, nice to see you. And it's just like, yeah, nothing, it feels like it did way back then. It didn't feel, I don't know, it didn't feel the same anymore. So sometimes, I don't know. I mean, I've tried, without a doubt. I've told people that my third ex cheated on me. It's horrible. It ripped my heart out of my chest, truly. And then she comes back and visits while I'm living with her sister and her mom. Like, I got stranded out in a place that was 2,400 miles away from my home. So it was a bit of a challenge trying to figure out how to get home and trying to figure out how to get back on my feet, and ended up getting stuck in this location. But yeah, she came back and visited, and I tried to get her back. It was tough. Silly. I mean, I literally. And someone had asked one time, "Oh my God, you bought her a car?" And I said, "No, no, no." And I have never corrected this, but I said card, and it was poor enunciation on my part. But I bought her a card, card with like writing in it, like, "Hey, dear so and so." And I, tried to get her a flower arrangement, all this. It was just stupid. It was so disappointing. Like I said, so yeah, these things do happen, and sometimes you reach points in relationships where it's worth looking away, walking away. And I will say, in a lot of cases, this is a way that a lot of us, especially if you've got a future, you can still have a future, and you will find out when you walk away. You will find out. And if they truly don't care about you at all, you might want to just not turn your back, not ever go back. I mean, that's just one of those things where if it's not, I don't know. I mean, I don't believe that you can make someone choose you. I know Neville Goddard says that. There's the big contradiction. I let Agnes have those debates. I'm not going to touch all that. I don't care. Like, I don't believe that you can make someone do something. So if you're it's time to change the video now, maybe. But I do believe they feel our influence, and that affects them, and then they make choices that can interact with us. And if there's been enough bad blood, bad mojo, bad whatever, and they have turned their back and turned their energy and cut it from you, you're done. Sorry, you're done. Is there anything you can do? You can keep trying to manifest it, but if they've truly cut you and they don't feel you anymore, so you could keep trying. I doubt, frankly, I doubt. So if that fits anyone, and that's horrible to hear, if there's been such horrible, extreme, physical violence, emotional violence, whatever, if it was just horrible, people can cut ties. They have that option. So turning and walking away sometimes is a great way to go, do I even have anything here? And that's why a lot of times it happens from that level of frustration. You come from it from there. It's challenging, to say the least, but it is, it's how we grow, it's how we learn, it's how we develop, it's how we actually find more appropriate people and better experiences. I mean, where I'm at right now is vastly, way different than where I would have been had things not happened the way they did when I lived in Tennessee. Vastly different. And for who I am, and I believe what I'm here to do and be, I couldn't have gotten to this place without those things happening the way they did. There is a beauty in our lives. Our lives are a path. And sometimes we might try really hard to go a specific direction, but if we do, we fall off our life path. And frankly, we're generally not able to get too terribly far off our life path before things happen to either force us back on or to make us look. And if we still keep resisting, the pressure kind of gets upped. And it gets harder and harder to resist. And sometimes it can get extreme. It depends. So Have these things happened? Yeah, and they've happened to some of us. Can you not let go? Don't worry about it so much yet. If you get to the point of this type of frustration or this type of, it's just maybe it's better for them, then you're at a good place. And as scary as it is, you find out. It's like the Schrodinger's cat video I did recently. You find out what's really inside the box. That is super valuable. And, you can wait forever. And someone was talking about making sure you don't pick the fruits before they're ripe, but at the same time, you don't want them to rot on the tree. So it's that sweet spot. And when you get to that feeling, when you internally feel, this just isn't right, listen to your internal compass. Do what it suggests. It's your higher self saying, do this now. Because it's going to affect the other higher self, right? They got a deal going on. They're like, all right, I'm going to get him within 1 hour. He's going to cut it, okay? You ready? Yeah, she's ready for it. All right. Okay, I'm now nudging Dan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they're just better without me. Boom. And then all of a sudden, my higher self's like, got this. We're going. We'll be there. Give me 20 minutes just to spiral them. It's okay. It's okay. All of this stuff does work out. It's a process. It is a process. It's not, it won't be, it can't be, it can't. There's things that have to happen. You might have to walk 20 steps, no matter what. You can't walk 20 steps that fast. There's a process. It's a 3D world. We're in time, space. It's just reality. It's the swimming pool we're swimming through in life. It's just the way it is. It's the way the acts play out. We're all players, and this is but a stage. Whatever. I messed up that quote really bad. I'm closer this time, but whatever. It's the same concept. The play has to go through acts. There's scene changes, there's lines, there's things that happen. It's a process. Hopefully this helps. I'll do more stuff on letting go, please. Letting go, I think, is a huge and awesome topic. And again, when you manifest the right way initially, right off the bat, like I'm going to manifest $100 coming to me right now. I can see someone handing me a $100 bill. I can see the weird, freaky colors on our Monopoly money here in the United States, right? That money's coming to me. I'm not going to think about it one more time, and I'll probably bring it up when it happens. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. If I remember, I probably will. So I'll bring it up. What the hell? So $100 is coming to me. It's the last time I'm thinking about it, and I don't care. Done. It's let go of. That is it. And I saw it. It's done. It's on its way. I know that. Might take a day, might take a week, might take a month. A $100 bill is going to be shoved in my hand at some point. I'm like, there it is. There it is. And it's all good. That's the way the game's played. All right. So, manifesting, all that good stuff. We're going out with a great song by Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You. It's Dan Radio Style.